Ding dong, ding dong. You know where we are. So my friends, here we are at Hidden Court. Joining with my basketball. Join me. Today is completely other than expected because normally I wanted to make the roundhouse trip from Old Historical City, the courts which were not playable. But then I made the summer edition video because I could not drive there, you know, the weather and the circumstances from the weather. And today it becomes raining, and so I cannot drive to Old Historical City again because they always say it other in the weather, you know. They say, now they have said it is sun, but there is no sun at all. It rained a little bit, you know, completely strange. And so I cannot move that far, but we are here at Old Historical City, at Hidden Court. Watch. Wow. A very cool court. I like it here, you know. So for this weather today, this is perfect. We have the two rings here, the portable one, you know, which someone put in here private. That is absolutely outstanding, you know, and that it should be, you know, that such people exist. They have made it maybe for their kids, and that you can do that, you know, that this is allowed, you know, because nowadays you get so many problems what you are allowed to do or not, you know, and to stay on that is cool, you know. But don't dunk, it gets damaged. Don't throw from too far away because then the board is damaged, you know. Only relaxed here by this. Cool. And here is the big ring. Today I have new things by me, you know. A very cool thing that you will see then. Two things what I have. And I wanted normally to play the Spalding Platinum Series ball, the new version what I have, but I was right, because in summer I told you at that court, now it is very closed, you know, because the plants are here. There is a lot of shadow, a lot of dirt in, and especially from yesterday when it was completely raining, lights, wind and all, you know, and so we have it wet. There is a lot of sand in now from the kids' place because here is sand. We have asphalt, you know, and asphalt is the best by rainy conditions because it is not that slippery. Here is all sand and that falls in there, you know, so here it is always a little bit sand, but better than on a rubber court, you know. And yeah, that is very nice. So you see it already of these few dribblings. The ball is dirty now, you know, wet and a little bit dirty. So to bring here the new Platinum Series would have made no sense. But I have two other new things here, which is nice. With our new settings with the GoPro, you know. Now with the linear and with the more far away, I think that works the best, you know. That is absolutely cool. Yeah, and that court now is dirty. You see the board. But it's a really good board, the ring, you know. Of course indoor players will complain, you cannot dunk, that is a metal ring. But a big board, you have space, you see that here. That is always good that you can jump. Here you have a form on, and you can also run a little bit more there. And oh, I see something. Oh, that is new. That is new, you see the hole? Oh, but the ball, no. Yeah. But that we have to check now if the size 7 ball will fall out. So greetings to the new generation of street ballers who call 3-3 FIBA street ball. When you come now with your size 6 ball, that ball will now fall out, you know. But I don't think the size 7 ball, because here you have a problem. We watch. Whoa! Even that, you see that? Whoa, that is now tough. Because here to go in, it is lost, you know. It is lost. But that is shit, you know. So we make it this, you see that? That is a good solution, no? They always have to watch out. There is also a stick in, but that does not go out now. Boah, completely in, you know. But yeah, when you see that, that is a relaxed court, you know. I like it here. Here upwards, And yeah, I'm here in winter, in summer. I know the place since the late 80s, you know. Since the late 80s I know that thing we are high on, that you have to know. We are very high on, you drive upwards. And yeah, but if this court will be here next year, maybe they will shut it down. Why? Because a few meters from here, you know, only a few meters, they built $1 million project. And there they built a new fire station. The tennis clubs which are, they made a new house, and they make a complete new basketball court. The view will be fantastic. I've seen the picture from the architecture. But I have concerns that this will be a kid's place all together, you know, and a wobbling new rubber floor. Because always when they build now new floors here, new services, it is a wobbling rubber court, you know, which is absolutely not good to play. It gets damaged when the kids are in with the scooters and the bicyclists, and there are these wobbles in, you know. So to me, an asphalt is the best. But we will see that if they shut this down or if they let it here. But the background is, in the 80s and 90s there was nothing, you know. That is the only street here. In that whole village there exists only that street, you know, in short terms. And here it ends, there you come to a relaxing place, you know. A green field where people walk. Back in the days, you only walk there. Nowadays, you're always driving with cars, and cars, you know. And normally, it is not that allowed, you know, that you drive there, but, you know, much more tourists and such things. Then in the early 2000s, or maybe late 90s, that became a skate place here, you know. There was a ramp to drive down a hill. I made a video also from 2003-4 around from here, you know, that looked a little bit older, but there was no basket. And then they made it this, you know. So yeah, and I'm moving here since the 80s, late 80s. I know the thing again, what all happened here, you know. And the cars are a problem because the people have no respect. The tourists come, you know, they give a shit when it is said you have to walk and not to drive. Only the people who live here, they drive and drive and drive. So you have more traffic here like back in the days. More tourists, you know, who drive up here. But yeah, that is our story from the court, what I can tell you. I enjoy it, you know, because normally you see up to the mountain, you know. But yeah, cool vibes here. And now we play a little bit. And what new things do I have? That is absolutely a sensation, you know. One thing is I have for my batteries a small package that I show you. That is not that spectacular, but to me, great, because my old one was the service of this package, you know. When I take my batteries, that was going out, so there was all those little bam, you know what I mean. It was broken, and so always this dirt in the back. But I have a new bag, you know. Watch the doggy. So nice, no line. That is here the vibe, you know. And I have a new street ball basketball bag, and that is a sensation. If you would know how much I would have paid for that, absolutely great. But that we'll do a little bit later. Now we play with our American ball at Hidden Court. The name Hidden because if you don't come here, you will never know it. But yeah. But that it is, you know. And now we play some street ball. And today is not that warm, you know. I had my jacket, you have seen it, around 20 degrees, you know. So it is fresh to me. The people here will complain, it is so hot, you know. By 20 degrees, you know, or 19 degrees, no sun. But yeah, it is what it is. I would love to have 35, 40 degrees, so twice as much as now. That would be the best to me. But yeah, we play now. Great thing. And yeah, with our American ball here it will get roughed up much more because you see we have the dirt in, and here we have two different asphalts, you know. Here is a rough one, I show you that if you don't know it. There are the rough stones out, the sharp edges, and here it is smoother, you know. That is a difference. When you watch here is a complete that is smooth, you know. So two different things. But yeah, and now we play our Hidden Court. And the other thing is you maybe hear some kids here. And what is going on there? Now we have it better because the plants are there. Wait, you see that? In winter all is open there, you see completely there, and there are a lot of kids, you know, that it's like a yacht club, or when they have holidays they are all together, and now they will not crush in because they don't see me, you know, because the plants are there. That is nice. Oh, that is cool. Guy. You had the music from back in the days on the bicycle. These are the vibes, you know. The cool, relaxed people. That is what I like, you know. Hey, that is amazing, you know. Like in the 80s, 90s, where all was more relaxed. People were friendlier, you know. And not always the smartphone. People were out the whole day. You had a music box to listen, you know, radio, and you had no time. That was uninteresting. Like now, I have no idea how late it is, you know. It doesn't matter to me if it is now 11 o'clock, 12, 1 o'clock, I don't know. I give a shit on that. I want to stay here how long I want, and that it is, you know. And then I show you the backpack, and now we play. Very cool. They're so cool people. Now there was someone running with an open t-shirt. It was, you know, the back was completely like a punker, you know. It's so geil, so cool here, you know. But be careful, there is all sand on us, so I don't trust too much, because it can happen that the dirt falls into your eyes, you know. That is always a little bit of problem then, you know, when you have too much dirt in. So now tell me, a rubber ball here maybe better than a composite ball, or you will say yes to that by that conditions. Skateboard shoes, because here they have the best grip, you know, against the basketball shoes. And so tell me now, rubber and skateboard shoes, you know, and asphalt, because rubber would be much more slippery. So asphalt, a rubber ball and skateboard shoes, the best way to play street ball, you know. What people do not like that much, but it is the best, you know, believe me that. So other thing, my friends, I have cut it out now, the valve, you know. That is now much better, but it was difficult on that ball. So I have an own knife, a good one. And then I, with a smirkel paper, how it is called, I have there a stick. And so now it is really nice. It is not perfect, but now you don't feel that much anymore, you know. But be careful, it is not that easy. But yeah, that I wanted to say. And now we play on. Make a dunk like LeBron, you know, bam. So, which dunkers do you know? We make some dunks. Shaquille O'Neal, you know. He would go in this. And you know what I mean? Again. So next, LeBron James, he would go behind the back, you know. He would come here. And then yeah, and Air Jordan would come in that flying position. You know? That I always trained as a kid at my home. You know, there I have a basket ring over my door to the bedroom, and you had to watch when you jump that you don't crush with the head. You know, but Jordan. Again, people are so nice here, talked with me now, you know, from the outside. That is a relaxed thing, or oh, but a lot of sand on now. You see, the ball does not jump that high. Now it is perfect, you know. You see that? It's not that higher. You feel that because it is colder, you know. So my friends, now I show you what I mean. Here, first of all, this is the back hatch what I told you, and here I have the batteries in. And this, you see some material, well, you see my dirty hands from the playings, from the street ball playing. Here, that is not flickering, you know, that is not damaged, because my old one really, that was some material with so composite leather, and it was falling off, and you had hundreds of this composite, you know what I mean, dirt in, and that is now good. And here we have it. This is the street ball bag, a basketball bag. I tell you, absolutely outstanding. If you would know now the price, you know, that is the amazing thing. I tell you, I have seen that, you know, because mine was damaged. I needed this small bag for the batteries. I have a new camera, and that is the best way to have it in, you know, what I told you, with a GoPro, with the stick on, the protection on, and the small bag. When you drive a lot, you know, you don't want to have much weight, and that is the best option. But my old street ball bag was over. I had a few now, and this one is amazing. And now the costs of this, that is a really, really good one. Amazon, you know, there are still a few there. If you want one, I tell you, go and buy it. 10 euro, you know, 10 euro. It is shut down to only 10 euro from, I think, almost 40 euro. Hey, that is amazing. Here you have the really good ones, you know, they are very stable. I show you that. Here I can bring in the ball. That is not a cheap one, you know. Here I can bring in the basketball, you know, which is very good. So we close it again. Wait, I have to, with one hand, it's not that easy. Here again. And that has a lot of good things, I tell you that. That is for 10 euro, amazing. Here we have a really good one to hold. Here those one have soft things in, so they are very nice, you know, not those absolute cheap ones. Here was a own plastic tool where you can hang on, but this I have cut it out, you know, because that was annoying. And we have here for water bottles 1 and 2, you know, but only on that side, not on the other side. Here we have an extra tool to go in, and here you have an own thing for shoes. You see that with the air. You see that air comes in, and so here I can also go in, you know. Big shoes have not space, I tell you that, but that is an extra room where you can bring it in, you know. Or when you have then wet clothes or so, I put it in. They have here for the air circulation, and in there you have enough space. You see that? Wow, that is absolutely amazing. You have an own thing here, one big thing, and here also for extra tools. So here you have enough space, you know, for my camera equipment. A really stable thing, you see that? Absolutely amazing. 10 euro. And that is always important, that this is really fixed. You can put it in. I mean, 10 euro, you see that? 10 euro. And on the ground, it also is very good, you know. So, absolutely amazing. And here is also, that is soft, you see that? That is also soft. And with this bright thing, you know, I waited a long time, you know, and then I see it out of nowhere, and what, 10 euro? I thought this is a shit product. I bought it, amazing. And now I have a new bag, because mine had holes on, all was falling out, and that was not that good like this one. That is more a premium bag, you know. So when you drive, for me then the best way is to have the GoPro in the protection, the batteries in the small one. I have bottles, one big bottle or beside, an own thing for my clothes or other stuff, you know, what you want to protect. But at the end of the day I will have an e-bike with a behind thing, and there I only need my basketball, because the basketball you cannot put into the backpack of the bicycle, you know. When you have here the bicycle, they are too small, those bags for basketball. But this is now light, you know. When you only have the basketball, you can drive hours, which is absolutely great, you know. And that is the best solution. Amazing. 10 euro. Go to Amazon if you want to know it. I get nothing for that, but I would buy it, you know. If you search a bag or you need a second one, 10 euro. I mean, €10. I don't know, 8 or 7 are still there. Then they will be over, you know, and then you can pay 4 times as much also. Absolutely cool. And here now I have improvised, watch. I put on now this and another this, that the boil does not roll out, because here it is a little bit in that side, and here really you have a problem, you know. You can do it, but it is shit to walk in. You don't want that, you know. Tell you that. Amazing, you know. So here I like it. I can shoot very good. Here you have seen it. I don't dunk. I don't touch the ring, you know. So when I do it in, but I do not hang on and I do not crush in, you know. Very carefully. It is not ours. This should stay here, you know. So in that way you can do it. And absolutely relaxing, you know, absolutely cool. And the weather, yeah, still the same, you know, the clouds, because they say then at afternoon there the lights come, you know, in the early afternoon, and shower big lights, but still not, you know. But they said sunny at morning, and yeah, so I have to decide other. I wanted to drive to other things, you know. Old historical city were too far away. Then I had another court in mind, but also there I thought, oh no, when the lights come, tough. And so this was the perfect solution, and that is really enjoyable, you know. I like it here, a very cool place. We play now a few more balls, and that is a cool session at Hidden Court. One thing what I see right now, you see, there is one thing out, you see that? The screw is out. Here they are in, you know, and here this is out, you know. So yeah, but makes nothing, you know, so no problem. And now we go on. My friends, ding dong, you hear it. So nice, now we end the show, but I show you at the end now, a few meters beside, ding dong, the court where they built $1 million project, the new basketball court. They have started it this year, you know, I've shown you that if you don't know it. Here it is. Right now it is difficult with one hand to make it good. Here is now the big thing, you see. And there we have the view then to the city, you see that? You see the progress here. But that will last to next year, you know, also. Watch now the view from there, you see that? There are the tennis clubs. Amazing, or? And you see how high we are. And there we will play some street ball, you know, next year. But I cannot believe that they will finish it next year, you know. But yeah, we see the progress, then we have a new court with the view to the city, amazing. Yeah, and now from the Hidden Court, we see us at the journey. Was a cool journey today, was the perfect choice, I know it, you know. Was a relaxed session, especially after yesterday, the summer edition. where I have given more, and yeah, that was absolutely nice, my journey. The ball is now more roughed up, but not too much, you know. The hands are very dry now. Today I would not hold it, you know, like the other days when it was hot and sun cream. Today no chance to hold the ball, and was a relaxed session at the Hidden Court. So we see us at my next journey on another court, I don't know where. We will see that. Until then, from those nice houses here, what a relaxed thing, or have to watch. That is amazing, you know. Now kids entered in, they were also so friendly to me, you know. Wow, amazing those houses, or when you see that. So we see us, bye and ciao.
The scene is getting crowded, I'm a robber.